Hello.
Hello.
You have had a very busy summer, hence the suntan, Tom.
Thank you.
I like the look of Moscow with Rammstein. How was that?
It was all right. It was fun watching Rammstein. I enjoyed the fire, but it was in a big stadium in Moscow, and it wasn't our audience, obviously.
Right.
So it was good. It was
It's a bit crazy. It's been a crazy day.
We've had a great summer. There's so many highlights. It's been amazing. It really has. But the best one we've ever had. But that isn't one of the highlights.
Yeah.
Remember Massive Attack telling me they did a festival, I think, in Poland, and they're between Slayer and the Sex Pistols, which is a bit of a misbilling.
Yeah.
Have you been on a worse mismatch than Rammstein?
We've been on before. Who's that band that sang Barbie Girl?
Aqua.
We played with Aqua. Yeah. So that was. I can't think of it.
Yeah, we haven't had that many bad ones this summer.
Yeah.
That have been like that. Rammstein was fun anyway. I think we won a few people over, so it was good.
And
have you incorporated any of their sort of industrial grinders and pyrotechnics into your show?
Well, actually, we do actually have not tonight, but when we do the bigger shows, our production does have kind of like industrial-looking fans, and we use fire as well. So maybe there's more Rammstein in us than we thought.
There was a gorgeous one, just photo-wise, in a little town square in Italy, which looked kind of magical. Where was that?
Vasto, on the east coast?
Yeah.
East coast, yeah, of Italy. Yeah, it was wonderful, in a town square. Italy throws up... They're not very good at festivals, the Italians. But what they do is they have these, like, kind of smaller, like, one-day events that are in wonderful locations like that. You know, quite small, but very memorable, yeah.
You have a great photographer for your Twitter, because every single night your mates look very iconic. You know, sort of moody shots of you. Who takes your photos?
It's Jim, our guitar tech. He's got a good spot, you know. So they do now start to look all the same, don't they? But it's just to say, you know, thanks for last night. But he's there behind the amp, so yeah.
He's got a good eye. Yeah. And I hear you had some small band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers support you in Belgium, or certainly on before you, warming the crowd up.
Yeah, I don't know if they were supporting us.
Yeah, they were.
They were. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty weird. Yeah, Belgium's kind of a bit of a special place for us now, and we've headlined that festival 3 times. So yeah, it's kind of it gets a bit amazing when you're on after the Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff. Try and do it everywhere else now.
Yeah. Yes.
I hear they have a bright future, that band, anyhow. The last time we met was in Belfast. We all had too many beers. I think you were playing with Franz Ferdinand, who you're good mates with. Have you made some good pals from the festival circuit and, of course, from touring with them?
I mean, there are certain bands that, when we see along the road that we've become mates with. The Maccabees, obviously, they're not a band anymore, are they? They've split up, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, boo.
They've knocked it on the head,
So, we'd always, have a chat and a beer with them. Actually, Orlando came to see us in Berlin this summer. It was good to see him. But, Elbow, a band, bands that, most bands, you're pretty similar people. So when you start to hang out with people, see them again, you kind of, it's quite easy to become friends.
The strangest one I heard of was The Cure becoming best pals with Mastodon. They bonded over...
Actually, Mastodon have been nice to us in the past as well. Yeah.
They're big Thin Lizzy fans. So, Elliott, you are obviously enjoying the touring. How do you find sort of coming to different countries? Do the audiences differ in sort of how they react to the band?
Yeah, vastly. I think, especially for a band like us, it's kind of up and down in different places, and some crowds are bigger, some crowds are smaller. So yeah, it's always interesting to see the sort of parallels, and definitely between the records as well. What kind of audiences like each record and stuff. So yeah, it's always good to get a bit of a change. I think it keeps us on our toes.
And obviously this record has done really well. You retreated to the Western Highlands. That sounded quite idyllic. What was the setup like there?
It was just a room, but that we set our gear up, and we lived there together, ate together, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all we had to do was work on the material. But it was very remote. There was lots of I don't know. It was stunning. It was a beautiful place to be. Very wild. The weather, the elements kind of rolling over you, and yeah, that was the idea, to do something different to Birmingham. You know.
Did I hear it's a classical music retreat or something?
Yeah, I mean, I think they set it up as a to be for musicians, but it didn't really pay the rent. So they have weddings there, and yeah, lots of classical stuff as well. I mean, it's stunning. It's a beautiful spot.
You've obviously played here on many occasions. There's a direct Irish connection, obviously. 2007, An End Has a Start was recorded in Grouse Lodge, another sort of residential studio where you nearly met Michael Jackson.
He was just up the road, yeah, which seems weird to say. He was staying. I've seen there's a interview with Paddy, who owns Grouse Lodge, on the Guardian website or something like that, and he's talking about it. And that was the time that we were there in the studio, and I never saw him, but. Yeah, he was there.
Bizarrely, apparently, Michael Jackson got into Christy Moore, who you might know of, and a band called Aslan.
Okay.
And wanted to record with both of those because Paddy was playing him all this kind of Irish folk stuff.
Wow. It's bonkers, isn't it? I mean, yeah, it's yeah, what an odd chap.
Been a pretty bad year for losing the greats. I think Bowie, for everybody, was a JFK moment. Where were you when you heard the news?
I'm trying to think where we were. I don't think we weren't on the road or anything, were we? I think I was just at home, and I kind of wasn't that surprised when I heard in the beginning, and it sort of took 2 days to sink in, and I remember going, 2 days later started playing the records back, and I was like, Jesus Christ, David Bowie, he's gone. You know, he's been such an important source of inspiration for me growing up and stuff that, yeah, it was quite a shock.
What about yourself, Tom? Can you remember where you were when you heard the bad news?
No, there's been so many that it's this like you say, this year. It's more that feeling of, oh my God, just another one, but no, I'm not a big Bowie. It's not that I'm not a fan. He's not been part of my life.
Well, no, that's totally allowed.
Yeah.
What were the Damascus moments for both of you? For me, it was seeing Bowie on Top of the Pops, and I went, oh my God, anything is possible. But what were your kind of big sort of milestones?
I remember standing in the crowd at Glastonbury in '97, as I was 16, seeing Radiohead headline In the Rain. That was a moment that was big for me. I think realizing then that I wanted to do what they're doing. REM were another band that was very important to me growing up. Just sitting in my room listening to those songs, learning to play the guitar, and so yeah, things like that.
I saw an interview with Russ recently where he was saying that REM tour, you learnt a lot just by osmosis by being close to them. Yeah,
there were. It was a good time. Just their appreciation of putting on a show. They're such a well-respected band and such musically, flawless. But getting up and putting on a good show and kind of performing. The way they approached that was nice to be around and to see that, and to I don't know, it was eye-opening, because up until that point, being on stage, it was always very intense. I was very serious about it, and it was intimidating and quite awkward. And I just around that record, then the third record, I started to realize more that it's about people entertaining people and not to take it so seriously. And I kind of got more relaxed,
Yeah, I know Matt Berninger from the National said that going out with REM was really the finishing school for him, just how you do it. Yeah. Elliot, we obviously were just talking about sort of Damascus moments. What can you remember as a kid?
I was very fortunate to see Michael Jackson as a child. So yeah, that's a pretty life-changing moment, I think. And I think from that point, even as a kid, I was like, I want to make music.
Where did you see Michael Jackson?
Huh?
Where did you see him?
In Belgium. Which is a weird sort of symmetry because the band is very big in Belgium, and it was the first place we headlined as a festival was where I saw Michael Jackson as a kid. So it was this weird kind of symmetry for me.
And did the guy just ooze charisma on stage?
Yeah, he's totally electric. It's like lightning in a bottle. I still watch all the DVDs and stuff now just because it's so good.
Question is, can you moonwalk?
No. And I won't
I thought
try.
we were going to get a live demonstration. Then Tom, can you moonwalk? Yeah.
No, of course I can't.
Now, Tom, I think it was at the Daily Mirror last year, that font of all rock and roll knowledge, gave you officially the top vocal range in the UK, above such people as Freddie Mercury and Robert Plant.
I saw it, yeah. I don't really... yeah, I don't know. It's weird, like, it's such a technical stat, isn't it? Oh, you know, you can go to the lowest and the highest. It doesn't actually mean you're any good.
I just wondered how they actually measured it. Is there some kind of rangeometer?
I guess, yeah. I reckon they measured the top note and the note, and they just maths. It's all maths.
I think it's worth a round of applause, though. I mean, better singer than Freddie Mercury and Robert Plant. Well, we knew that anyhow.
Yeah.
Obviously, last year was the 10th anniversary. Anything the young you should have been taught by the slightly older you, if you could go back in time, that you've learnt about the business?
Well, I think, what I alluded to slightly before about maybe not taking things quite so seriously. But no, I'm very proud of the way that we've kind of conducted ourselves in many ways. You know, the way that we've grown with each record and kind of not really worried too much about what people think and maybe the type of records we should make. We've just kind of gone with our instincts and changed things up. So just to relax, just to chill out a little bit and not worry too much about what other people say, I think.
And obviously he's not here, but Justin, what I love about bands like yourself...
He needs to relax.
You work really hard, you get a bit of time off, what do? You do a side project. Like you did your Christmas album.
Yeah, that was a while ago now. Yeah, I mean, Justin's did the Minor Victories record, and then he's not touring it, so he's his brain, he can't turn it off. But that Christmas record, when was that? 2012?
11, I think.
Okay, yeah, well, 11, 12, yeah. So that was in the time when the band with editors with Chris was kind of like coming to its end, really. So we had this space, and I wanted to do something positive and fun, and because editors wasn't, it was the polar opposite. So yeah, that happened then.
I know Perry Como, that esteemed crooner, used to do his Christmas show in Dublin every June. When did you record your Christmas album?
Oh yeah, it was over the summer, in between depressing editors sessions. I'd go and hang out with Andy in an attic in West London, and we'd do little Christmas songs. Yeah. You
did sound jolly cheery, so it must have been therapeutic.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, it was nice. He's a good friend, and it was. Yeah, like I said, it righted me when things in my day job were going to shit, you know.
So when did Justin find? You obviously give him too much time off. When did he find the time to do this Minor Victories record?
He's got loads of records just lying around that he's made. He doesn't need any time. He's got a classical record. He's got like the basic of a hip hop record. He's got the Minor Victories one. He's got stuff for us.
Films. He makes films. 10 films written or something.
He's probably making a record right now.
You're fucking lazy by comparison.
Definitely. Yeah.
I know Ronnie Wood said that after 35 years he's still the new boy in the Rolling Stones. Are you still the new boy? Have you bedded in?
I will always be the new boy.
I think Ed's
the youngest. Ed's still classed as the new boy as well, but yeah.
Because Ed wasn't the drummer when we very, very first started out. So Russell will always remind Ed that he's the smallest, so he gets... You know.
Does he give you sort of wedgies and Chinese burns if you misbehave?
Russell is like
We've grown up
guy.
A little bit over the years.
A tiny bit, yeah.
Okay, lads. Anybody got any questions before the boys go into makeup and wardrobe? Thought I saw a hand down there a little bit earlier. Actually, what is your sort of ritual? Do you go into a group huddle or just amble on stage?
We do a little coming together. Yeah, obviously we kind of listen to music and prepare ourselves mentally before going to perform, but we come together and give ourselves a little fist pump and then do it. Yeah, but not a big embrace. No.
Did you get many walkways on the festivals? You work a walkway very well.
If there's a walkway there, sometimes if the mood takes me, I'll use it. Sometimes I won't. We don't request them, but I'm sure Lana's got one today.
I bet he does. He's like Joe Elliott from Def Leppard.
Yeah.
The rider has walkway one. You're all very shy. You're very sort of shy.
Just like
today.
us.
Are we going to get another indoor show It's probably top secret. I know they normally announce shows on a Monday after triumphant festival appearances.
Well, this is the last festival for us all of the summer. The last thing we do of In Dream entirely, and then we've got a couple of weeks, and then we're going to go and start working on new material, which we've got quite a lot of. So I'm not that lazy, and yeah. So I don't know about shows. It'll be next year, but yeah.
And do you find it easy enough to write on the road? Do you have a little studio with you, or?
Nah, I can't. No, we do it. I mean, we do it in the space between festivals when I go home, or like at the beginning of the year. So no, we can't. It's not the right. Well, you need space. You need calm. I do anyway.
It's very obvious talking to you now and from the Twitter and everything else that the band is fun again, and that's important. You seem to be really enjoying yourselves.
Loads of fun.
Yeah,
For such a miserable band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it is. Yeah, it's a good time. I mean, with the new, because like I said, it was a bad place to be for a while. But now with the new guys, we're making the third record with them. We only made 3 records with Chris in the first place. So we've been the new incarnation of the band for the same amount of time as we were ever in the old carnation. So it's quite nice. It feels quite secure.
Well, you have the shyest fans in the world. Tom's going to moon dance just to make up the time. Thank you very much, Tom and Elliott. Editors playing the Electric Arena 4:45. We're back fairly shortly with the Franken Waters. If you've got the odd bit of paper and a pen, they might just sign the odd thing very, very quickly. But if not, catch them in the Electric Arena.